Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch One, and thanks for logging on. Today, we're looking at the Breitling Chronomat 44 Airborne, 44 millimeters in stainless steel. You can see this Chronomat 44 Airborne 30th Anniversary Edition on our website, watchyouwant.com. Purchase it there, and if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Watch You Want Inc. You'll also notice a new feature. The card bug in the upper right-hand corner of this video will take you directly to the listing for this watch with high-res photos, pricing, and all accessory information. Now, you can see on my wrist 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference. This watch has an impressive contemporary stance. Although it is a 30th anniversary watch, recalling the first Breitling Chronomat of the modern era, which debuted in 1984, this watch is very much in the oversized sports watch styling vein. Now, all the same, the watch does wear easily. Though an immense 54 millimeters from lug to lug, the watch sits easily on my 6 1/3 inch wrist, and I want to emphasize that even with its 17 millimeter height on the wrist, because of the non-conforming end pieces of the strap simply doesn't brace itself against the flank of the case, the strap pulls down easy and wraps around my smallish wrist. You can also see the curvature of the lugs, giving this watch something of a perfect fit for the downward flow of the lines of a human wrist. So even though it's immense, it does sort of contour to your forearm and hold itself in place quite effectively. Now, the heft is substantial, in part because Breitling cases are just built that way, and because of the large and solid steel caseback. Now, herein lies part of the rationale for the Airborne nomenclature. In contrast to the standard Chronomat 44, you can see the image of the aircraft. The original 1984 Breitling Chronomat reboot, and I'll get to what that means in a moment, was inspired by input from the Italian Frecce Tricolore aerobatic demonstration team, and this 30th anniversary special pays tribute to that heritage. But it makes for a very hefty timepiece. You never forget you're wearing a premium watch on your wrist. A very high quality textile strap, impressively thick and durable, features a rubberized back to isolate the textile from sweat, from grit, from moisture, as well as keep your forearm feeling comfortable so there's no agitation on part of the coarse stitch of this fiber. Moreover, Breitling includes a very high quality deployant clasp, and you'll note that the architecture of the clasp is such that it allows the strap to be completely minderless and unperforated. When closed, there is no excess strap visible. All of the take-up is handled by the internal retention system of this high polished clasp, so it's a very clean look when closed, and it also ensures that with no perforation points on the strap itself, it's going to enjoy long wearing durability. The case is very much inspired by modern Breitling Chronomat history. When I say that 1984 was a reboot, what I really mean to say is that the original 1940s Chronomat was sort of a junior version of what we know today as the Navitimer. It did feature a logarithmic circular slide rule bezel, but not as fully calibrated, not as capable as the Navitimer. With the Navitimer still in the range, in 1984, Ernst Snyder, a private pilot and entrepreneur who had resurrected Breitling, decided that the Chronomat would be relaunched as an aviator's chronograph with no pretense of being a flight calculator. So, with a unidirectional rotating bezel, robust onion-style crown, and the signature rider tabs that have become sort of emblematic of the Chronomat line within Breitling's catalog, this watch is very much in the image of the original, but in modern proportions. And because it is a unidirectional loomed bezel, and the watch features 500-meter water resistance, it also qualifies, although a pilot's watch, as a true ISO 6524 dive watch. Moreover, the watch features a subtle homage to that 1984 Chronomat in the form of the simulated tritium patina dial. Now, you have to remember that the early 80s are receding into the past. Effectively, 1955 was more near to Marty McFly than 1985 is to us today. So those early 1980s Chronomats now feature a robust tritium patina, and that's why this Airborne model pays homage to those pioneering modern Chronomats with the patina dial. But everything you need for modern functionality is included, from that 500-meter water resistance, the unidirectional bezel, to Breitling's own in-house B01 caliber. Debuted in 2009, the Chronomat line served as the launch platform for the B01, precisely because while the Navitimer might be the company icon, the Chronomat as the relaunch watch for the company in 1984, remains the best-selling model line in Breitling's catalog, and so it bore the honor of debuting the B01. And it is an honor. A 72-hour power reserve ensures 3 days of autonomy between winding. It is a crisp, traditional column wheel architecture. It features robust architecture internally, such that with ceramic winding bearings, it has high-efficiency energizing mechanisms within to quickly top it off when you put it back on your wrist and keep it topped up with no need to re-energize. If you wear this watch daily, or even within a small rotation, it can keep itself powered up. And thanks to that column wheel architecture, you do get the tactile pleasure of the column wheel's precision. It's the more expensive way to make a chronograph, it's the more traditional way to make a chronograph, but it remains the only way Breitling would go with its in-house caliber. It's also a COSC certified chronometer, so when you pull the crown, you hack the seconds, you can synchronize precisely to a reference time, and it does feature a quick set for the date. The 47 jewel movement is quite impressive in its own right, but it is the total package of this watch and its close connection to Breitling's chronograph engineering heritage that really completes the package. It's important to note that in the first third of the 20th century, Breitling dominated the world of chronograph design. Although noted by the 40s, 50s, and 60s primarily as a designer of cases, designer of dials, and perhaps an établisseur, most of the great early innovations in wristwatch chronograph design are attributed to Breitling, and many of the subsequent innovations, such as the cam-operated chronograph and the vertical clutch engagement, were actually created as desperate responses by other watchmakers to get around the many, many Breitling chronograph patents. So this watch really is more than just the culmination of the modern heritage of the Chronomat. It embodies the heritage of the Chronomat, the tale of the resurrection of Breitling in the modern era, and a true mechanical engineering link to the company's early legacy of chronograph innovation. You can see it and you can buy it on our website, watchyouwant.com.